So today I'm going to be starting work on the kids' room. It's about to be June, it's at the end of May now, can't remember the exact date, but it's getting to the point now where I've got like 3 more assessment sessions left, and then they'll have to like review the house and everything, so I really need to get stuff done. This is currently the spare room, and I'll give you a proper plan of it as well. It's currently just half a bedroom and half sort of my old office, which I never really use. I tend to just work in the living room anyway, but I want to change this up a little bit. So as you can see from the wall, it's got this gorgeous like sticker decal on it now, and it's this yellow colour. The whole room is basically yellow, as you can see. But I have debated several times what to do, whether to leave this one wall yellow and paint the rest just the cream and have that just as a feature wall, or to redo the whole thing. And in the end I decided I'm just going to redo the whole thing. So the aim is to paint this whole wall and that wall there a nice kind of pale cream colour. Sorry, gonna spin around a lot. This wall around the window is gonna have wallpaper done on it in this like fun blue sky print, and then this wall is going to be the feature wall again, but it's going to be like a grey colour. I want to keep it kind of gender neutral. It's going to be a grey colour with Peter Pan decal, I think. I haven't quite decided on that, but I think I like Peter Pan decal with them sort of flying off and the stars around them. I thought that looked quite, I found one on Etsy which I thought looked quite nice. So yeah, as before, I could leave this, it's yellow, it's gender neutral anyway, but the tricky thing was I was trying to come up with something new and would make it fun, but also be A, gender neutral, but be age neutral too, because the kids I have could be either girl or boy, and 0 to 6, possibly at some point 9. So 0 to 6 to begin with, which is why I thought the Peter Pan would be fine. But yeah, it's trying to put all that thing together and combine it to make this room really fun, but practical and adaptable, because sometimes there'll be 1 child in here, sometimes there might be 2, who knows. Anyway, today we're going to start by just clearing out all this space here, which currently has a desk and an old wardrobe thing, and let's get cracking. is now finished. It's at the end of July. There's just 1 or 2 small tweaks that still need to be made, but I think enough of it is done to give you a good look around. It will look slightly different from the montage you've just seen because a few changes have been made due to the fact that I actually got a call about a week ago about a potential child that was going to be matched with me once I've been through panel, and it's pretty much confirmed. So I've just set up the room really to be ready for this child, and it's a 4-year-old boy, whereas originally I was thinking I might get a younger one to start with. It ended up being a 4-year-old boy, so things are set up slightly more for him at the moment, but you can still get a general view of the room and all the changes I made. It did end up being quite different from what I originally planned. Originally I was thinking of having more of a Peter Pan theme, but it gradually morphed into being at first sort of clouds, and then it became just the sky in general, and you'll see why when I do the tour. So I'm going to start with the corner when you first enter the room. So this is what you see when you first come into the kids room. Obviously there's this massive black wall, which is the blackboard chalk, which is also magnetic. I haven't got any magnets at the moment, and I've just scribbled welcome very quickly up there so you can see that it's a chalkboard. But I've got some giant chalks here which the kids can use to draw on this. The only thing I've yet to get, I think, for this room is a small kind of corner stand that's just going to go here, where I can rest these giant chalks, and also some washcloths for the wall, some flannels for the wall so the kids can wipe the stuff off, but that's getting done. I've got these 2 hot air balloon decals up here, and they're not the main ones. You'll see the main ones in a minute, but I found this shelf that I absolutely loved, which is from Homebase. It's got these little pegs and it's a cloud which fits in with the theme of the room, as you'll see, and I've just stuck a little squishy bit on this corner so when the door opens it doesn't slam right against the shelf and damage it. So moving on out into the room, let me turn this way. So the mirrored wardrobe is still here like before. This is my temporary laundry basket. I'm still finding one that I like better for this room, but it's just one here in case they come before I find that. I've kept this side of the wall, the decal, but I've taken it down from that corner. And if I sort of move around, you can see here is the old change table and the cot bed, which is now switched into a bed. Originally I made it up as a cot, but like I said, I've switched it back into a bed now and put the duvet on it. So these drawers still have my cloth nappies in, some space, some up here, and then some space for underwear or anything. I've kept my mat out because even though this child is older, he is still apparently in nappies, so I just kept the changing mat out. This duvet is a regular size duvet, and I haven't quite decided yet whether I'm going to bother investing in getting a toddler duvet. I think it depends. I'll wait and see if it's necessary. If this is sort of too big and cumbersome, I might go and get one, but I'm pretty sure we had a regular one when I had some refugee guests here who were sleeping in a different cot bed, or at least a toddler bed. Then this wall has a completely new wallpaper on it. It's got this really cool moon and stars and like rain and cloud print on it. And at first I thought it might be a bit sad to put in this room, but it actually looks really nice. And then of course you've got this red blind up here, which is also a blackout blind. Moving on to this corner, this is the play corner. This is the corner I think the kids are gonna love. And it's got this really cool, this is the main hot air balloon print corner where I put the decals. And of course there's this big chair, hanging chair right in the middle, which I really hope the kids are gonna love. I read that this was also quite therapeutic and a lot of children with sort of sensory needs love this chair. So who knows, it might work out really well for the foster kids that have had, you know, some trauma and may really like to be in there. Obviously you can see this big rainbow toy here. This is actually an imaginative toy, so the kids can do whatever they want with this. You can turn it upside down and then it's like a rocking rainbow. You can have it this way up and use it as a bridge or a tunnel, or you can put it on its side and use it as a shop front. It's totally up to them. So it really encourages imaginative play. And then over here is just a toy box, which is an old Fortnum & Mason's basket that I've taken from my parents' house. I used to have all my toys in baskets like this when I was a kid, so this is kind of a bit of reminiscing for me. I still need to sort through this toy pile, but generally speaking, we're just going to throw stuff in there. And moving over to this corner, this is where I have some more storage. There's a bunny and some Beatrix Potter books. These are actually Beatrix Potter books that used to live at my grandmother's house. They're all about Peter Rabbit. And when she passed away, I decided I wanted to pick them up because she used to read them to me all the time. So I thought they could come in here. Then obviously we've got all these drawers along here. And this particular drawer, I have a rocket ship one for the boys. And then I think I have a spare one up here actually, which is in kind of like, let me see if I can get it out. Yeah, it's a butterfly print for the girls. I don't really believe in gendered stuff, but I just thought it might be something that helps them feel a bit more welcome into their room. And then we'll work on the gendered stuff later. But generally speaking, you know, just boxes. These are currently empty. And we'll fill them with toys. I think this one has the baby monitor in it at the moment, yeah, and a nightlight. A few books. These are mostly just the books that I've had from my childhood that I really liked. And I'll just kind of put them in there. So there's something, obviously a bin over there. And then, as I said, we'll fill these up. One thing I do want to bring over that I still haven't is the train track that I had as a kid, which is a wooden train track, which I think I'll put in one of these for them to play with. But yeah, that is pretty much it in terms of the room. I'll just give you one last overview of it. Oh, inside this cupboard, there are two boxes up here. One has like the age 0 to 3 clothes that I have, and one has the age 4 to 6. People are also really willing to like give you hand-me-downs, you know, really good quality secondhand clothes just to stock up on is quite a good idea because some of the kids come as an emergency. So I just thought it was better to have something there rather than nothing. And then I still need to clear this out so I can obviously put the children's clothes here. But otherwise it is pretty clean, and there's a spare travel cot in there. So I hope you really like this sort of foster room tour. As I said, there's still a few things to do. One of the other things I need to do is get some good socket covers because I bought some but then they just didn't work. So there's socket covers down by the bed and some over here in the kids like play corner, so I just want to get some covers for there. For the 4-year-old I think it's not quite so necessary because these are obviously these are safety, and this building is quite new, so these are safety sockets, and it's kind of hard to get your finger in there. They've got some precautions, but I still think it's a good idea to get them anyway for younger children I may have in the future. But I really hope you enjoyed this tour. If you have any questions, head on over to my Instagram. I will post a picture from this particular video and you can comment on it there. Any suggestions you have or anything you particularly liked, or any questions, do feel free to put them over there because I know YouTube has currently disabled my comments and I still haven't decided whether this is going on my main channel or my vlog channel yet. Still figuring that out. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hope it gave you some insight into things that I was thinking about when it comes to fostering, and I'll see you later. Bye everyone.